This is Nerd of the Noob, Episode 3. Welcome back, everybody. This is Nerd in the Noob. I am the nerd, Greg.
I'm the noob, Michael.
And we're glad you're still here. This has been fun. I've loved doing it. But you know what? We waste enough time. Let's just get right into it. Last week, we spoke about Michael Bay destroying everyone's childhood with another Ninja Turtle movie.
And I was very glad that he didn't destroy it because, at least for now, the movie was getting stopped.
Thankfully.
Yes.
But this week, what I found, and I don't know if anybody has seen this, Nickelodeon is going to do a CG Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. And that is awesome. I mean, it's absolutely just fantastic. Yes, it's CG, and I know a lot of people are still down on the animated CG stuff.
Well, the thing is the problem is we're too old.
We're not that old.
I remember good hand-drawn cartoons.
Yeah, but even comic books aren't really hand-drawn anymore. They're done on a digital giant
they're
tablet
still hand-drawn, though. It may be digitally drawn. This is CGI where everything is, like, perfected, and it's like, I like a little bit of rough edges.
Okay, so there's not a lot out on this. There was a trailer that I had found. Unfortunately, it's been pulled. I don't know if it's because things have changed or whatever. I haven't seen anything, but supposedly it's coming in the fall of this year, and it looks to be way more cartoony than the more previous ones that was out a few years ago. I don't speak of those because I've never seen them, but I'm hoping that it's going to be, funny and, original,
hell, I hope it's not original. I hope it's just a 20-year difference from the ones, 1987, the old original ones. I just hope it's a CG version of those. Those were awesome. I loved those.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I loved him. Raph was my favorite. He was the smart aleck, but he was also very brooding, if you have to say.
He was a big whiner.
Yeah, he was a whiner. But, this excited me. I loved this part. I thought it was very cool that they decided to do this. And, it's basically saying, Michael Bay was talking about doing this, so somebody else in my personal feelings came forward and said, go away, Michael Bay. We're going to do this the way everyone thinks it should be done.
Right.
And until they can come up with a better version of a film that somebody is going to do other than Michael Bay, then I say this is our salvation for it.
I just noticed on the picture they're doing new toys too. I might have to find some of those. Because I love the Ninja Turtle toys. Those used to make me laugh. I loved them.
Hey, we broke the van. We had the van with the pop outside.
We decimated the van.
We destroyed that thing.
It was ridiculous. So,
all right. Second up in our long box today is going to be the Judge Dredd trailer. Generally, we're going to talk a little bit about the movie. I haven't seen a lot about it. I've been kind of on a media blackout about it because the first one was such a
cult classic.
Yet it was still.
See,
bad.
I'm sorry. Okay, so just watching the trailer, I'm not giving out any hints or anything. I'm just going to tell you my perspective real quick. Just watching the trailer, you got this guy. Who's it? Carl Urban?
Carl Urban. He played Bones on the new Star Trek.
Oh, okay. See, I liked him in that. The only thing I don't really like about it, I liked Judge Dredd, the original one. I just thought it was that kind of good campy. It was just. Actually, it wasn't even campy. It was that kind of good crappy. I thought it was a decent little...
So you're saying it was so crappy it was good?
Yes. But I thought that the voices and everything that were in it were what's his name?
Stallone?
Stallone. That's his normal voice. He didn't fake any of that. Hey, how you doing? I'm the judge. He sounded like a permanently drunk guy. This one sounds like they took Batman and put him in a Judge Dredd costume. Everything... I am the judge. I'm Batman. It's the same thing. Okay. Why would you do that?
No. Okay, now, yes, I haven't, Carl Urban has been, I don't know if I've ever seen him in something like this, but I do know that a lot of people got mad at the fact that they took Dredd's helmet off in the original, that he did a lot of the movie without the helmet, whereas in the comic books, he wears the helmet a lot. From what I understand, the majority of the time. I think this one is going to outdo the original, but there are certain things that I just don't think they should have put in. Like in the trailer, he says the line, "I am the law," and there's just nobody who can actually say that better than Stallone. For me, I agree with that part. But, you know, yeah, he sounds kind of slack-jawed doing it. But I still think, like, you know, they don't have the judge, what did they call it? I don't remember what the gun is called.
No idea.
It has a name, and I can't think of it right now. But...
Wow, did you realize that was just in 1995? I say just. That was a long time ago, but jeez. Was it that recent?
You know, I don't know. Yes, it was that recent. Sadly, we've come this far in technology.
What do you think about the drug in there? I kind of thought it was a neat idea. This they've got to rid Mega City of slow-mo, a nasty narcotic that makes people experience life in lovely slow motion photography. First off, freaking weird. My question is,
could you have a conversation with somebody going, "So I went to the mall to..."
Pretty sure you wouldn't be having like irrelevant conversations if you're on slow mo. Now that's the only thing I don't like.
Conversation is.
That's the only problem I don't like about like movie drugs. The stupidest names in the world. Okay, you got great names now. Like marijuana, heroin, meth. I'm sorry, they're names of drugs. It's not a secret. Don't try to shake me off. Then you go to a movie drug. It's called slow-mo. What the crap?
It makes you go slow.
It's a stupid name.
Okay, I agree. It is a stupid name. But
it's a cool effect. I'd like to try it. But no.
It says that the star is Carl Urban from Star Trek, and Game of Thrones, Lena Headey. And I've seen a little bit of Game of Thrones, but I couldn't for the life of me tell you
there we go.
who she played. You know, I didn't see enough of her in the clip. There is a clip that we have. It'll be in the show notes for you guys to see. It was a good clip. It's all about going up a building, though. Yeah. Apparently, they get locked into like a 200-story building, and the only way out is up.
Apparently, it's remembered as something of a flop. Like I said, it was so bad it was good. But apparently the original earned $113 million worldwide.
Yes, until they decided it was a flop.
Let's see. This Dredd is meant to be a truer to the satirical British sensibilities of the source material. It's British?
I guess.
They came out with something serious? I'm going to get hurt for that one, aren't I?
Probably.
Notably, the point of this film, Judges Dredd and Anderson find themselves in an impossibly massive building facing an endless army of criminals in a war over some cool science fiction drugs. Would seem to be just the sort of crazy Judge Dredd adventure you'd expect to find in the issue of 2000 AD, as opposed to the more overwrought origin stories comic book films often favor.
I'm happy with. They're not, you know, everyone is doing an origin story.
I like origin stories.
You don't need an origin story for him, though. You don't need to know that he was some sad sack who lost his wife and decided to become a judge. You just need to know that he kicks butt.
I like origin stories.
Not on Judge Dredd. No. I don't need to know what happened to him.
Come on. Imagine Judge Dredd in, like, the Academy. Wouldn't that be funny? He's walking around going, "What?" And you got people just looking at him weird. Like, what's wrong with you? What are you talking about?
No. I think the voice came from early on in his Dredd years. Someone punched him in the throat.
So
that's what I think
originally was like, "Hey guys, what you doing?"
Yeah, sure. Why not?
See, I want to see origins. I love origin stories. Every 10 years, a different origin story should be made. Every 5 years, let's say that.
No, 5 years is way. I mean,
no. Not about one thing or the other. I'm just saying, no origin story in general.
You just want a new movie or film or TV show about.
I really want. Okay, there's a thing. Okay, side note rant here. Can we get the Deadpool origin story, people, please? I really want.
Can we get it right?
Well, just can we get it?
Because Wolverine destroyed it.
Well, yeah, I got that. That's what I heard. But at this point, can we just get it? Because I want to see that. He's the only one that breaks the fourth wall. I want to watch it. I want to see it. And now, moving on. After you, sir.
Okay, the long box is short today. The last thing in the long box is going to be Transformers 4, the plot, the cast, and the budget. Who cares about the plot? Because it's going to be giant robots fighting. The cast, Michael Bay has been said to have... he's going to try to have an entire new cast because he wants to do this in space. And I'm thinking maybe sometime in the future. When it says it's going to be in space and it's going to be the first 3 movies are going to be used as the history and the building blocks, I think it's going to be later on after they've established like an actual moon base and with like the ship that they found, the ship that was left.
Yeah, maybe. I still think he's being stupid.
Well, yes, they're probably.
Here's my problem with it. Remember, we talked a couple of weeks ago about killing a franchise, about rerunning it to death.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. The third one, the only good thing about the third one were the action sequences.
Yeah, I had White Knuckles watching those. Watching them actually,
the story was so disjointed in the third one. None of it made any sense. Like you went from one thing to another thing. They didn't play out the Megan Fox thing. Like, where'd she go? They were like, oh, she left, and that was it. It was like, what? It's kind of like, something strange happening in a show, and then the next person goes, that was convenient.
Yes,
and then explains.
They distracted you with Rosie's butt before they mentioned that.
Yes, Rosie was very cute, and I got no problems with that. But the problem with it is that you're killing the series. There's no unless they take this in the more cartoon direction, like they had it with the cartoons. They had an established base with a group of kids. That they did. This is what they did. That was the cartoon. That was a good cartoon. Or take it only space. Take the for the most part the human element out of it. Make it a sci-fi movie. Say I don't know. To me personally, I think they're killing this.
Well, I mean, in the early cartoons, you and I are a little bit. At this point, we're a little bit young to have seen a lot of them. I've seen the movie, the 80s movie where they killed off all the originals to sell new toys. I'm pretty sure that's why they made the one in the 80s with, Hot Rod and all them. It's... I lost my train of thought.
This is you were reading what I was reading.
I read the same thing you read.
Sorry, we were reading a comment. It says, amazing that the words Transformers and plot appear in the same sentence. If they go in space, that's fine. There were humans in space with them. They were on the moon with them. You've got Spike and you've got his son, and that was cool and that was fine, and I can deal with that. And I agree with you. If they make it, as my friend Tyler would say, the second movie was like watching a cartoon. If you think of it like that, a really expensive cartoon, it was a good movie. I think if they do that but I don't think they need to make any. To be honest, end it with the third one. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
There are very few movie franchises that I think deserve and belong in the, I made 4, 5, 6 movies. And I'm
none of them are good. Star Wars.
I'm going to hit you. I'm not biased because Star Wars has 6 movies.
Star Trek did it.
Star Trek should have stopped making movies a long
time.
No,
I'll give Star Trek credit. At least they knew to evolve it. It wasn't always Star Trek the originals. They did like 9 movies for the originals. But then they changed to whatever the next one was.
The newest one?
No.
The newest version, J.J. Abrams can keep doing Star Trek forever, and I'll be fine with it.
Oh, yeah. Anyways. Okay, so back onto this. We've talked about the cast. Oh, apparently, as far as the cast goes, here's the actual words from it. Let's see. He's going to have an all-new cast. So Shia LaBeouf's not going to be in it. The Rosie chick's not going to be in it. The mom and dad's not going to be in it.
This is what gets me. The budget. No matter what, Bay says that the one element of the new production is to scale back the budget to around, $165 million, which is $30 million less than 2011. Well, if they don't have to destroy a city, then I'm sure they can do that.
It should be easier because a lot of this is getting a lot more. If they do it in space, more of it's going to be CG. So they're going to need less set pieces because you can't build space at all. I mean, it's like blackness.
You just put a black sheet up and throw some glow paint on it.
Right. Okay. Anyways, so $30 million, probably in the big scale of movies, is not a big deal. The problem with this is leads me to believe that the franchise is just kicking the bucket, because a good movie sequel, I guess this is technically a sequel to a sequel to a sequel, gets more money. A good sequel gets more money, not less. I don't care if it's. I doubt it's Bay's decision. Michael Bay wants to make bigger and better movies. Now, why they're giving him less money, why he's getting less money is beyond me.
If he wants more money, he'll take more money, and he'll get it. I mean, this is still... It's not going to break records like Avengers did, but it'll still make a ton of money because of our lizard brains wants to see something blow up.
Well,
and there's bound to be a hot chick.
Here's what I like. It says, the base says, I want to go a little off the planet, but I don't want to go too sci-fi. I still want to keep it grounded. It wasn't grounded the last time.
Yeah, it was. They were always on the planet.
Ugh.
I mean, yes, there was the whole another planet was going to crash into ours. That's a little sci-fi-ish, yes. But, you know, it was grounded. Give it to him. And I promise that next week we won't talk about Michael Bay.
Oh, I doubt it. Something will come up in the news. So here's the last bit on this little article here. It says, speaking of smaller scale, talking about the money, Bay recently wrapped his dark crime comedy, Pain and Gain, for the studio, starring Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne Johnson. Two good actors. I like them. I like Mark Wahlberg. Dwayne Johnson, yeah, he's getting better. It follows a group of bodybuilders who engaged in a campaign of kidnapping, extortion, and murder in Florida. That's where you lose me. Stop making weird movies, Michael Bay.
He keeps making Transformers. They're weird. They are weird movies as well.
Anyways, okay, so I think we're going to call that one.
We're going to call that one. On to the next thing in the long box is basically all of the Batman viral campaigning. They've campaigning about a lot of stuff, but the one that really got me was this document that has been drafted by the mayor of Gotham called the Harvey Dent Act. And I'm not going to... I guess we could read it all if you want to read it.
I wouldn't read it all. We just kind of hit some key things here.
Basically, what it is it's stating that Harvey Dent was the hero that everyone thought he was. No one, the fact that he was Two-Face was hidden, and that was done at the end of the second when we all saw that. They're also under the assumption that Batman did kill him when that is not the truth. He tried to save him. Everyone knows that, but again, it's said in the end of the movie that, Batman has to be the bad guy for a while to keep that light.
Right.
And so they make the Harvey Dent Act, which also states that there's going to be on what day?
Congratulations, you won.
Oh no! The website said we win. Yay! Go back up. I'll read the bottom. I can't find it now. They're gonna have okay.
A date. You're looking for a date? I'm sure it's on here.
It's down here at the bottom. It says, at the mayor's request, the city assembly will introduce another bill making the date of Harvey Dent's sacrifice, not death, his sacrifice, an official city holiday, calling it Harvey Dent Day.
I don't know.
In which you all wear makeup on the one side of your face.
Left side.
On the left side of your face.
I had to look at a poster.
And smoke a cigar.
I don't know. Okay, so this is just weird. I mean, it's cool. I like these viral projects. They get kind of neat. But
does it really build you up for the third one, though?
No, not at all. Because the Harvey Dent thing, I thought they made a mistake by killing him. Because Harvey Dent, Two-Face, is a major villain that's now dead. Okay, so here's how this has gone. Joker, they can't bring him back anymore.
Well, they can't bring him back. Okay, they can't bring him back in this
They
series.
can't bring.
They wouldn't have anyway.
Well, they may have, but what I'm saying is, the actor who played him, he died. Now, granted, they didn't kill him off in the movies, but still, he died. They killed Harvey Dent. I mean, so you're doing this Harvey Dent thing. Does Catwoman die at the end of this one?
I doubt it.
I mean, you're killing all these people are going to be killed off. And granted, I know this is the last one, so why not go big or go home? But still, blah. This does not get me hyped
I don't know.
up.
I thought it was really cool to it's draft. It looks like it's drafted on good paper, and it looks like it's drafted on proper documentation. It was a cool. It was a cool thing to look at. I liked it, you know. And
I want to see Bane.
You want to see Bane?
Tom Hardy.
I don't get the facial. I mean, it doesn't. It's supposed to go into the back of his head and his arms, and it just looks. I don't get the costume yet for Bane in the new one. I just don't get it. I hope that it comes out well, but you're supposed to be able to, even in the comics and the cartoons and everything, Bane has always had the tubes run into his body. That way you could basically turn him off and turn him from Bane to, you know, Little Bane.
I don't know. This thing, like I said, you know, they're talking about it being an awesome viral marketing campaign for The Dark Knight Rises, and it's interesting. It's interesting, but it's just, in my opinion, it's just boring. I mean, go check it out. It's a cool little thing. It looks very official and all that good stuff, but all in all, if this is all I saw for Batman 3, I wouldn't care to watch the movie.
No, see, I know. I'm hoping that Bane picks Batman up and breaks his back.
Oh, that's just, I know it's part of the comics.
That's what, you know, that's part of the comics and Nightfall. So I kind of hope that happens, because how can you rise? I guess, you know, the fall in, you know, the fall out of graces from the second one, I guess that can be the, you know, the rise back into graces and stuff like that. But I mean, you know.
So, I think we're done with the long box. What do you think?
I think we're done.
Alright,
now normally here we would discuss the comic of the week. Unfortunately, we were both very busy this week, and we just didn't get a chance to read one. So we're going to read double next week. Next week we're going to read an Image comic that I found a while back.
I have to read 2 comics?
No, you got to read a bunch of comics called Iron Saint. It's a set. It's a, you know, a 4 of 4, I think it was. It was good, and we're also going to read a DC comic, and I believe I'm going to let the noob pick what DC comic this time.
I have no idea. DC. If it's DC, I'm on a Green Lantern kick lately, so...
You want to read a Green Lantern. Alright, we'll do Guardians of... or the new Guardians.
I don't know what that means.
It's... well, I know...
I want to read something with all the Green Lanterns in it.
You're not really going to get that right now.
Okay, how about Kyle Rayner then? Because he looks cool.
He might be in the new Guardians. I'm not sure.
I don't like Guy Gardner. He looks like a douchebag. I don't want to. What?
Okay. All right.
So I like John. I like Hal. Obviously, I mean, who doesn't like Hal? It's Hal. Hal Jordan. Cool.
Okay, so I have a question for everybody. The Noob has proposed a new segment he wants to do. It's going to be basically
Versus.
It's going to be called Versus. Except it's not going to be like...
you do like Batman does it. I'm Versus.
It's not going to be like Avengers versus X-Men. That's just one. We want to do it encompassing all of nerd stuff. So what we want is suggestions from everyone for who's going to be against who. And the Noob can bring that stuff up, and then I can argue who would win or lose, and he can go, but why? And no using Superman versus Goku. If you know who those are, awesome. If you don't, look it up.
What if we do random? Okay, wait a minute. I got a Justice League thing right here. What is it? Justice League Unlimited, Season 1. All right, so let's do, and I'll let them figure out. This is 2 DC ones. But let's do Captain Atom, because I don't know his powers.
Okay.
I know some of his powers. Versus... What's his name? You don't know his name, do you?
Yeah, I do. I just blanked.
Come on, what's his name? What's his name? Oh God, I don't know his name either.
I can't think of it right now. Pick someone else.
Okay, fine. No, I liked him.
I just can't think of it right now.
Fine. Okay, well, I picked one. I picked Captain Atom. You pick somebody. Kind of lower tier.
Lower tier DC?
Yeah, lower tier.
Okay.
Since the nerd doesn't know the guy's name.
I can't think of his name right now.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what his name is. Jeez. What kind of nerd are you?
I'm not a very good nerd anymore, apparently.
No.
Fine, we'll do Captain Atom versus The Flash.
Ooh, I like that one. So here's what I want you to do. We got Captain Atom versus Flash. If you know comics, I want you to tell us who would win and why. If you don't know comics, take a wild guess or make fun of us. Either way, me personally, I say Captain Atom will win because the Flash is a wiener.
Yes, he's a wiener, but you're pronouncing that wrong. He's a winner. See, that's how you pronounce it.
Ah, see. Okay, so, yeah, that's my I'm versus section.
We'll get you some sound for that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get sound period for the thing in general. Alright, so that is enough of the long box, the comic of the week, which we didn't have, and the...
I'm versus.
And I'm versus. Alright, now we're on to the short box. Just little stuff we want to talk about that I thought that either myself or the noob thought was funny, entertaining, or just plain cool. The first one I found was DC Comics is liquidating stacks of trade paperbacks and graphic novels.
Stacks, you say?
I say stacks, my friend. If you don't know what a trade paperback is, basically it's a group of more than likely about 5 or 6 comics that were in a single storyline.
Stacks, you say?
So, graphic novels were basically a standalone story that were written in a graphic novel on their own, no single individual comics. If you say stacks, you say again, I'm whacking you. I will even get the sound effect. But the problem with these is they're going to pull a lot of these from Amazon to do it because I think they're trying to increase sales at local comic book stores because it says that a lot of them are going to comic book stores instead of online sales, and there are a lot of good ones included in here. You know, New God stuff, Captain Atom, Batman.
Stocks, you say?
Thwack. There's going to be a full list in the show notes. Check them out. You know, if you see something you like,
and you can only get these in comic stores.
I think is what it said is they're only really going to be around comic book stores. Yeah. These books will be plentiful at comic book stores, but as it says, it's probably going to pull them out of Amazon. I think it says it right here. Yeah. Most of these books have been pulled from Amazon's warehouse for retailers. But once they're gone, they're gone. They will not be for sale anymore. Some of them are small. There's a lot of Batman stuff here. Challengers of the Universe, Hawk Girl. You got Jimmy Olsen Adventures, Legion of Superheroes. That one is cool. I kind of like that. Actually, the
Night
question,
Owls.
You know, it's
the Night Owl.
The Night Owls. I have.
Well, that looks retarded.
So check them out.
Stacks, he says.
If you're not, you know, if you're not into a lot of comics, that's, you know, this would be a cool way to get into some more comics. Just check them out.
There we go. Yeah, I personally, I don't have much to say on the subject except there's a really, really hot babe on the screen there. Anyways, I got distracted. We're just going to scroll down a little bit to get her out of my eyesight.
Okay, next up is a possible new Iron Man cartoon. Not a lot of stuff has been announced about it, but, you know, if you've been watching, you know, Marvel stuff lately, Marvel's new home for all animated property is Disney now. They've got Ultimate Spider-Man, the new Avengers Assemble is going to be on there. There is a Hulk and Agents of Smash. No kidding, that's what it says.
What does Smash stand for? Because it says S.M.A.S.H. What does that stand for? Small, military, and sucky handlers.
No, it stands for Smash.
Oh.
It stands for Smash. Anyway, so there's a lot of talk about an Ironman movie.
Shield may always
Iron
suck
Man
holes.
Cartoon. You need help today. There's talk of a new Iron Man cartoon because there hasn't been a really good one in a very long time. G4 ran one, an anime version. I think they're still running it. Maybe.
Okay. I liked the kid version.
It was cool. The I can't think of which one. The Invincible Iron Man, I believe, is what that one was.
The kid one?
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
It was CG. Yeah. I liked it, but I would like to see something a little bit more comic book style now, using, you know, current Tony, maybe even, you know, tortured Tony.
Tortured Tony?
He's
an
alcoholic.
TT?
Okay, fine. But that looks to be coming soon, so it looks like eventually all of your Saturday morning is going to be, your Sunday morning is going to be watching Disney for...
Sunday morning?
Yeah, Disney, I think, is Sunday.
Oh. The Marvel stuff?
Yeah, I think all the Marvel stuff.
I'm a big fan of Saturday morning cartoons coming back. If they just happen to be Nerdgasm comic cartoons, I'm okay with that. Not that I get to watch them. I'm ready for Young Justice to come back so I can continue to stream. So,
moving on, something that grosses out the Noob.
Why do people like this crap?
It was released recently what the Walking Dead complete second season box set for Blu-ray was going to look like. This thing is $70. That's a lot of money for 13 episodes. Granted, it is Blu-ray, but the reason I'm fine with it is when you look at the picture, it is a mounted zombie head with a screwdriver through his eyeball.
He looks good. People, why do you like this crap? It's zombies. It's the same in every movie, every show. It's like Schwarzenegger and the other guy. It's like the Untouchables. A lot of
Yes, but you don't stick a screwdriver in their eye. You may want to after
try.
listening to them for an hour, but you don't.
But it's this. I don't get it. Every movie, every show, it's zombies. Run away. They amble their way towards you, yet somehow people still get caught. I haven't figured that. I mean, zombies don't run, right? In general, zombies don't run.
It depends. Are we talking now zombies? Some zombies run. So depending on who's making the zombie. Current zombies, like Walking Dead zombies, no, they don't run.
Okay,
they walk, they trip, they meander.
We're talking about, okay, how do people still get caught?
Because they travel in packs now?
I don't care. Stay away.
Because there's
No, I'm sorry. I don't watch the show. They amble. It's not even a fast walk. It's they do 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 do. Okay, it's a slow walk.
Right, but assuming you get into a house, they're still gonna beat the crap out of themselves, tearing flesh, limb, and everything else off to get to food.
Stop going into houses. There's the
Do
other
you
thing.
propose just running through a field the rest of your life?
Yes.
Would you like a Segway?
No.
You
Yes.
ride a Segway?
That would be awesome. Probably an off-road Segway. I don't know. I don't get zombies.
Check this thing out. It's very cool looking. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, next up we have, and this one made me laugh. It is Stan Lee gets quote-unquote mad that he is in the Amazing Spider-Man game. And basically what it is...
just don't ruin it for him. It's an awesome little video. Go hit the play button on the video. It's him being Stan Lee.
Yeah.
And it's about him being in the new video game. It's pretty funny. I laughed really hard about it.
He's still funny for like an 80, 90
There's
year old
there's
man.
some good stuff. Also, let's see. You should check out Google or go to YouTube and do the Bruce Campbell in the Amazing
Bruce Campbell's in all the Spider-Man stuff.
I know, but Google that because it shows some of the Stan Lee stuff. It actually shows some of the action from Stan Lee.
Okay.
I got the hiccups suddenly. Woo! All right, but yeah, so we're not going to ruin that. And the last thing
in the
you
short
want to
box,
talk about.
This was something I saw. Metal Men is a very, very old comic book, and I don't have a date. Eventually, we will actually learn to look up things. But it is really old, and it is about a scientist, Dr. William Magnus. He creates cyborgs, and he creates them like elements. In this case, it's gold, tin, iron, lead, mercury, and platinum. Each one has the properties of that one. Tin is not...
So the mercury guy can always tell what temperature it is?
I think he gets hot. It's been a while since I've seen
It was a
him.
joke. They used to put mercury in the thermometers.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
Tin, he's or lead. Lead is very soft. He doesn't think he can do a lot, but they've actually done some animation for him for this group. I think it was in the Justice League stuff. To be honest, I think they had their own thing on Justice League or Batman, something like that. I just think it's kind of cool. It's one that no one will know because it's old. It's so old that very few people, especially our generation, I don't think any of them are going to know who it is, and if they can do it right, it'll be cool. It's said that the Men in Black director, Barry Sonnenfeld, is looking to do this, and I like the Men in Black stuff. It doesn't say Men in Black 3, it says Men in Black. I don't know if that means all three. I think it means one.
We can search. Let's take a Google here. Copy, and I'm a Googling machine, man.
I think he's just the first one. Boop, boop. Really? We're gonna look at this up right now.
Filmography.
Okay,
Men in Black 3. He was the director for Men in Black 3.
Okay, so he's the director for the Men in Black franchise.
Oh my God, he's wearing a cowboy hat in the wiki. Oh, grow up. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, but I just, I didn't want to talk a lot about this, but I thought if you want to know what it is, look up Metal Men. Look up Dr. Magnus and the Metal Men. I think it was a very cool subject with, good possibilities.
Yeah, if you say so. I've never heard of it until today, so. So, anyways, that's the end of the short box. Now we're going to go to the Noob Discusses. This is going to be a short discussion because there wasn't anything that just popped and got my eye. But this time we've got Will Joss Whedon release an Avengers Director's Cut in theaters this August. I would love that. But, anyways.
The reason this was brought up is because I think in August they're going to re-release the movie in theaters with the 30 or so minutes of cut film.
That's what a director's cut is called.
So it's going to, but they're going to put it in movie theaters again.
Apparently, they're not happy with how much money they made, a bazillion, and they want to get more. So
Bazillion.2.
Bazillion.2. Apparently, they're toying around with releasing a director's cut, which would include all the Steve Rogers stuff. I don't know what that means.
Where he goes and sees
he wanted to
the
use
girlfriend from the first movie. I can't think of her. Carter, Captain Carter.
Oh,
where he
apparently they had wanted to use a lot of the Lost in Time Captain America to lead the audience into the film, but they didn't. Apparently, they used the Tony Stark stuff, which I've only watched the movie once. So I can't remember what he was doing. Was it the building?
The tower.
Yeah, the tower thing. Okay, so they're talking about re-releasing it. Let's see. Oh, they're talking about releasing it to Blu-ray in August too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That would be awesome.
There's actually, I saw a picture of it, and if it comes out, I'm buying it. I don't care how much it is. It looks like there's going to be like a 6-disc
I'll buy it.
helicarrier fold-out DVD holder, Blu-ray case.
Don't tell my wife, but I don't care how much it costs. I want one. I really won't. The only thing that bugs me is...
Can you sit for 3 hours in the movie theater to watch it again, though?
Absolutely.
Because it was 2.5 hours then, and my legs went, numb.
Oh, no. The only problem I had with the first time I saw it is we'd been waiting for so long in line to get in. I drank half my Coke then, refilled, and by the end of the movie, I had to run. I nearly peed my pants.
Had to go to the bathroom so bad your back teeth were floating.
It was at the end of the movie,
It's
too.
actually funny, because I heard, I sit... Because if you're a veteran of the movies, you know to sit there and wait for everything to be done.
Yeah.
But what was funny is as soon as the movie was done, I swear I heard at least 15 people running down beside me going, oh my God, I gotta pee.
Hey, I took an elevator. Okay, we were at a theater that had...
go?
The big one.
Opry Mill? Or Opry...
Yes.
Opry Mills?
We went there and they had we were upstairs in the IMAX, and so I went to the
you
guy
went
and
to
I said,
IMAX.
how do I get to the bathroom? He goes, elevator, that way, go. And I hit the button, and I'm waiting. I get back right as the first end scene was finishing.
Shawarma?
Yes. And no.
Not shawarma.
The other one, the one where they're talking about they're saving the world, and it's a bunch of cutscenes with like kids and stuff like that, like news crews.
Oh, okay. You're talking about
Yeah, at the end of the movie, and then you had at the end of the credits, you had the shawarma scene,
which was funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
No words spoken, but so funny.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's all I had on that. Is the reason I want to discuss it is because I think it's kind of not that I won't want to see the director's cut in theaters, but I think it's just
look, if 30 more minutes gets me the Steve Rogers stuff that I was hoping for, where he sees some of the soldiers that haven't died, some Dum Dum Dugan and things, people like them, and Captain Carter. I want to see that reaction because in the newer comics, it's Sharon Carter, and I don't know if that's like her granddaughter or her daughter, and then they end up dancing.
Dancing.
That's what they were going to do in Captain America.
The only thing that gets me is I won't be paying IMAX prices to go see it again.
And I won't see it in 3D.
Not IMAX 3D. I'll go see it 2D, matinee, direct. I mean, I don't care how many extra scenes. I've seen the big woo. So that's the only thing that bugs me.
Right, but how many times is too many to watch Hulk grab Loki by the leg and just wail?
Yeah, true that.
That was so funny. I love that.
Anyways, I think that's the end of my discussion on that. Wasn't much of a discussion, more of a, hey, check this out. But I didn't have a discussion today. Nothing just grabbed me. Once more of the Spider-Man stuff. I'm going to have to start looking into the Spider-Man stuff.
I've told you for like 2 months it's going to be awesome. I don't care how much you complain.
No, I don't. I complained about the third Spider-Man. There, you want me to rant? Let me get into that Spider-Man.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. It's like a lot of people are complaining that the new Spider-Man is way too early, and it's not that early.
Yeah, whatever. So, anyways, I think that's probably it. That's the end of my discussion.
Is that all we got? I guess that's all we got. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to us ramble for another almost hour. We appreciate you continuing to listen, continuing to watch, or wherever you're checking us out at. If you do want other places to check us out, we are available now on iTunes. We're available on YouTube under Nerd and the Noob. We're available on Twitter. I am at gman0184.
I am at opaque_mango.
And there's at Nerd and the Noob. We don't post a lot on it, just when we've got it out and where we're posting it to. If you've got a suggestion for anything you want us to talk about or anything you see that we don't, send it to nerdandthenoob@gmail.com. I check it all the time. Throw us something. Throw us a comment. Tell us you like us. We're stupid. I don't care. I'll read it. Negative press is still press in general. But talk to us. Tell us what you want to talk about. That's really what we want to hear. The show notes are included at the bottom of every YouTube video and also on the website, which is nerdandthenoob.blogspot.com. I've got the YouTube videos planted on that as well. They're just sitting there at the top of every post, so you can check that out there as well. And check us out. If you're enjoying us, leave like us on Facebook, subscribe on Facebook, leave us a review on iTunes. Let us know.
You mean YouTube, not Facebook?
I meant YouTube. Did I say Facebook?
You did, because you haven't set up the Facebook page yet.
I have not. I will.
I hope you guys like the little dinky intro. We just kind of put that together in about 4.5 minutes.
Yes, I heard it. I loved it. I liked it. Let's do it.
Because he's been too lazy to make an intro, and I was getting mad at him. So
yes, I'm a lazy producer. I need to be in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But please rate us, comment, all that good stuff, so we know you're out there still listening. Because if you're not, this is still fun, but it's better when people are actually listening for us.
Right. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to us for another week. We will see you guys next week. I am the Nerd.
I'm the Noob.
And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.